Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy Hikins and Trevor.
Fate is dormant, and so is destiny. So you don't have to do anything for something that is destined to happen. Does that make a little bit of sense? So something is destined to happen, right? Say for instance, you sit at home and you was meant to meet, I don't know, Taylor Swift. You sat at home, right? It's not going to happen. With destiny tells you it's going to happen, because somehow Taylor Swift is going to come to where you live and coincidentally knock on your door and go, right, is there a Trevor here? He's a very good singer, and I just need to speak to him. So that's where I have a problem with destiny and fate.
Okay, I mean, I take your point. The only thing I would say is, yes, of course, words without actions can be meaningless. But that what you're saying, I think, suggests that the destiny is something that someone wants to happen. They really want to meet Taylor Swift, or they want to do a specific thing and expect it to fall into their lap. And I totally agree with you. That is not likely to happen. I think these theories, though, the red thread and the invisible string, are more about what the universe, if you like, knowing what's best. If we assume the creative force knows what's best, ultimately, if the universe wants it to happen, wants people to meet, then irrespective, this is the point, irrespective of what those people do or don't do, they will meet. And the apparent coincidences will be part of what happens to cross those people's paths. One of the songs I've just written for my next offering for Deepstuff Radio is called Crossing Paths.
Wow.
And it's about how things strangely do happen, which makes people cross paths, and those things can have a massive impact on their life, can't they? So I actually saw, because coincidences seem to be a feature of invisible string and red theory, that somehow these things happen, irrespective of what we want to do, to make sure these two people become connected and finally find their way to each other. And I'm reading a book at the moment, and there was a very good quote I saw the other day, not a quote, a thought the author wrote in there. And that was this: it was, coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous. And I actually thought that was very good, actually. Because we do tend to think, well, coincidences, they do happen, and I guess they do happen. But it's quite a nice thought that these strange things can happen for a reason, and that maybe there is a force behind that. Anyway, these two parts, these two things, these theories, Cuz, are very much, as I say, under the banner of this thing we call love. And so we move it on a little bit now to, this thing we call love. It's kind of an experience for people who've experienced falling in love. It messes with your mind, your body. All sorts of things happen. It's a bit like an illness, isn't it? A positive illness where maybe you can't sleep properly, you daydream, all these sort of things come into it. And I guess, and you mentioned Taylor Swift again, I think where famous people are concerned, it's very easy, isn't it? For anybody, particularly maybe youngsters, teenagers, particularly, or older people, we think we know these celebrities, whether they're a singer, an actor, an actress, politician. I don't think we'd fall in love with politicians very easily from a distance, but if we think we know these people, these famous people, and I guess sometimes some fans can become a bit obsessive about it. Oh, I love that person, I love that singer, and so on. And I guess that's what we would call infatuation. Now, what do you understand by infatuation?
Well, infatuations, you know, a sort of liking or affection that isn't real. So you can
Right.
be drawn to somebody. You think that you genuinely love them or like their company, but in fact you are just, you know, perhaps just liking the idea of them. That's how
Very
I would.
good. Yeah. Yeah. That was going to be a question.
Yeah,
Can we be in love with the idea of a person
yeah,
rather than the person themselves? That's exactly what you just said, isn't it?
yeah.
That we could sort of love the idea of them. So how does but if it, does infatuation affect somebody in the same way as if they've actually fallen?
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.